On that note, a few weeks back, we talked about the tragic accident with the Mulamba family, and there's a GoFundMe page to contribute to the family. I also created a page on my website. If you want to directly go to the GoFundMe, go ahead. If you want to bundle up together with the one-man shit show in my gym, 𝐒.𝐒 𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐬𝐿, donate there. You can start as low as $25 to whatever you want. But we're going to extend this to roughly the new year and have as much as we can to give the family. So thanks for anything you can do. What I want to talk to you today is about the inner enemy, the inner bitch voice, the roommate. You may have heard all of these different names to describe that little kind of devil with inside you that will be in the back of your head. And this concept is, for me, one of the most important things that you need to know and you need to be doing with your clients. And that is the concept of progressive overload. A1 champion, and he's known as Mr. Perfect. But the fight I want to talk about is not only awesome for so many reasons, but he was against Andy Hoog, I believe that's how I pronounce that. And he was one of the greatest Kyokushinkai karate fighters to step in the K1 ring. And he was quite famous for his axe kicks, his spinning kicks to the legs, and so on.
One-man shit show. The Canadian Grizzly.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 6 of the One-Man Shit Show. And while by the time this airs, it's going to be, Boxing Day, I believe, and Christmas is over, but that holiday cheer is still there. And so the theme is to keep that going all the way to the new year. And what I want to say is, going out of your way to make someone's day, helps. I find sometimes I love giving little love bombs. If I go to a restaurant, get a bill and I just give them the same price as a tip. That shocks some people. Same thing goes with like a taxi driver or whatnot. But just remember that, money, I really don't feel money's supposed to be held on to. It's a way we pass, our gratitude towards others for their services and whatnot. And so be a little extra generous this week. On that note, a few weeks back, we talked about the tragic accident with the Mulamba family, and there's a GoFundMe page to contribute to the family. I also created a page on my website. If you want to directly go to the GoFundMe, go ahead. If you want to bundle up together with the one-man shit show in my gym, 𝐒.𝐒 𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐬𝐿, donate there. You can start as low as $25 to whatever you want. But we're going to extend this to roughly the new year and have as much as we can to give the family. So thanks for anything you can do.
Awesome sauce. Celebrate the awesomeness.
Okay, everybody, awesome sauce, and I want to talk about a little bit of an update on Crusher, or the Crush Cancer kind of fundraiser that's been going on. Yeah, he's gotten out of the hospital and seems to be with his family. I did see that he had quite a bit of a scare in the hospital, near death. So he, it's great to see him motivating others by, fighting this disease as hard as he is. And last night, I believe in Edmonton, there was an event, the Crush Cancer event, where a bunch of people got together and organized and were able to raise some more money for him and his family. So that's pretty awesome. Awesome sauce.
Mindset Minute.
Okay, everybody, Mindset Minute. What I want to talk to you today is about the inner enemy, the inner bitch voice, the roommate. You may have heard all of these different names to describe that little kind of devil with inside you that will be in the back of your head. Like, you think that you are, your consciousness is just you, but if you really think about it, I think there's at least 2 people living up in this noggin at least. And that's, the true self, who you want to be, what you want to be. And then there's a little inner enemy inside you that's trying to convince you not to do those things. And it's a built-in mechanism, through evolution, probably to warn us not to just act on instinct all the time. But what I find is it convinces you to do, things at a soft level and steer into the soft things. It's not something that's great for you all the time. So I often have a saying, you know, turn off your bitch voice. I believe I coined that through Joe Rogan way back in the day. But it truly is your inner enemy. And you're probably checking out my awesome shirt here. This is from Bridge City Brand. They're my new sponsor. They make all kinds of cool t-shirts, hats. The Gilded Beard is also an amazing beard product company that they own. So we'll be shouting them out quite a bit. But if you look at this shirt, let the good times roll. And here we got the devil, he's playing poker, whatnot. It's a great shirt, and well, yeah, let the good times roll. This is our, maybe a little caricature of the inner bitch within us, because, you know, it is kind of like having a little devil inside us. Yeah, you know, he's often telling us to do some things like, oh, you should eat that extra piece of cake. You know what, have 20 more shots. You know what, take that easy route. You don't have to go to the gym today. You can just stay on the couch and be a little bitch. So I think it's good to look in the mirror and see this guy every now and then and realize, yeah, we can let the good times roll sometimes, but you know, sometimes we have to turn off that inner bitch voice, that inner enemy, and focus on what we truly want to do.
Others. Level up. Fitness business coaching.
Okay, everybody, so level up. Personal training essentials. And this concept is, for me, one of the most important things that you need to know and you need to be doing with your clients. And that is the concept of progressive overload. So if you're not doing this, that means you're probably going nowhere. We've all seen that guy, that old guy in the gym, comes in, does his jumping jacks and does his same old workout every damn time. And you wonder, how does this guy ever, you know, expect any results? Well, he doesn't get any, and he never will, but maybe that's better than doing nothing. However, as a trainer, you want to get results for your clients. So I find, you know, you need to incorporate the idea of progressive overload. And by that, I mean, you need to increase either intensity or volume in your workouts, and they usually have an inverse relationship. For example, when I want to build some muscle, you know, get a little more jacked. Right now I'm doing more of the bodybuilding. I'm doing more rep ranges from like 8 to 12 reps. So, you know, my lucky number is always right around, you know, 3 sets of 10. But I'm doing higher volume. And to do higher volume, you need to decrease the intensity or the weight. So, you know, there's a relationship of the percentages that you would need, but I would usually stay within, you know, the 60 to 70% range for my progressive overload for hypertrophy, which is the muscle building stage. So usually you'd start off that in a strength block. You would go downwards. So you would drop the rep ranges and increase the intensity or weight. And that's why you see powerlifters slowly funneling down into their 1 rep max. And so you kind of plan on the day where you're going to try to lift at 100%. So, you know, progressive overload can be used in both ways, to gain strength, to gain you know, hypertrophy, even to get yourself, you know, ready for a marathon or a race. You know, all these ultimate tough mudders or whatever the hell they are. You got to ramp it up and increase, you know, the intensity as you get closer to when you're going to perform. So, as a coach or as a trainer, you need to know the idea and the concept of progressive overload.
Classic fights.
Okay, everybody, classic fights. Well, this one, you know, I was still in high school at the time, probably didn't even know it was happening, but I further moved on to Japan, and I realized who one of the greatest kickboxers was, and that is Ernesto Hoost. And he is a multiple-time K1 champion, and he's known as Mr. Perfect. But the fight I want to talk about is not only awesome for so many reasons, but he was against Andy Hoog, I believe that's how I pronounce that, and he was one of the greatest Kyokushinkai karate fighters to step in the K1 ring, and he was quite famous for his axe kicks, his spinning kicks to the legs, and so on. And he had just won the 1996 K1 Grand Prix, defeating Ernesto Hoost by a decision. It was an all-around battle. And so fast forward to 1997. Now they're facing each other again in the final. And, you know, Mr. Perfect does not let down. He's a stronger fighter. And one thing I love about him and why he's one of my favorites, or if not my favorite K1 fighter of all times, is because he was a king of low kicks. And he really incorporated those to smash the leg of his opponent. And Andy Hoog couldn't handle the heat. And he went on to win the 1997 K1 Grand Prix. So, you know, I've been in contact with Ernesto. He's an awesome dude. And I just love shouting out, you know, these legends that are kind of, you know, maybe forgotten about a bit. They shouldn't be. They're still alive and kicking and teaching and doing seminars and all kinds of amazing things. So shout out to Ernesto, and rest in peace to Andy Hoog, who actually, I believe, passed in the year 2000, unfortunately from cancer. So, you know, legends that went to battle. I'll put the link in the bio so you can watch the fight. It's on YouTube, and check it out.
Top secret information. Technique geek.
Come down here, you go right across. Go on that side. Get on me, duck and lead. Remember, you gotta here. Boom, boom. Is that? Get all the way through. Scalped it. Nice. I'm gonna come through, do a hook straight. Okay, you're gonna block it, okay? Coming up. Switch. Come through and then we kick it. You are in the middle. All right, everybody, so Technique Geek, we went over some slip drills, and I just want to shout out our new sponsor, The Punchline. Well, he's a Calgary guy, and he came up with this awesome idea. I actually thought of something like this a couple years ago and found out the guy had already made it. So instead of stealing his shit, I'm gonna promote his shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is probably the best punchline or slip line you can get because it comes with targets. Although they are slightly dildonic in nature, they're awesome for hitting, and it just gives you a different element 3D element to using a punchline. You can use targets. What's great about this as well, he's you know, teamed up with a technology that's easy to set up anywhere. In the summer, I mean, we're in fucking miserable Calgary right now. It's -50 outside. Unless you got some balls, you probably don't want to do the punchline outside. But in the summer, perfect. 2 trees, boom, it's set up. You can go out and hit it in the park. You know, if you're a douchebag, you want to pick up some girls out there, set up your punchline, and it's like a fishing line or net for all those babes.